This is the third video of the day. All right, I did a video way back about saying getting the U.S. involved in a Russian-Ukrainian war, and the next step will be on the news showing people unfortunately killed or injured, crying women and children, babies, the unfortunates of war. Well, we're seeing that. Pre-war, roughly 80% of Americans say it, do not get us in another war, Sleepy Joe. Ukraine, support them, pray for them, do whatever, but overwhelmingly, approximately 80% of Americans said, do not get us in another war. Well, now after about a week, and seeing and hearing on TV and the internet and everything else, that has dwindled down to roughly 65% of Americans are saying, don't get us in a war. It's going down, and once the talking heads see enough support for a war, they're not going to go to war unless they are backed by the civilian population. The civilian population has dropped 10 to 15% in support of Ukraine with armed interference, meaning putting soldiers and boots on the ground. Once they determine that the poll numbers show an overwhelmingly majority or even break-even majority, 50% say yeah, 50% say no, they're going to put our boys and girls in harm's way. There will be a war if the polling numbers shift dramatically. And as long as you have the press and the internet saying please, 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 and you're seeing people, cities destroyed, turning the tide of sentiment against Russia and in support of actually physical interference, we may be in war. I warned you about that, and you see it now. You're seeing more and more politicians saying, well, maybe we could have, should have, would have, and done this. You're seeing more supplies, Javelin missiles, all kinds of anti-aircraft defense missiles. I can't remember what it is, but you're seeing all kinds of this stuff. The more we send more equipment in there and the more other countries send equipment in there, Russia's going to come back and say, I've taken Ukraine. You've got me sanctioned. But I remember you, Lithuania. I remember you, Romania, Poland, and all these other places that are sending equipment to fight against us. I'm so boxed in, I don't have anywhere to go. But I will take your country just because you allowed transport through that country, just because you sent arms and medicine and blanket to aid the Ukrainian people. So you remember that. I warned you in videos prior to this, how this is going to turn over. We may come under attack. I'm not saying we will, but as long as we keep Putin boxed in and he remembers who smaller countries are offering aid, shelter, and comfort to the war effort, he'll remember that. I wouldn't be afraid of it, but if he attacks us, we have to defend ourselves. But remember, we don't have wars unless the civilian population supports it. And those numbers are shifting. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So be aware of the propaganda and the videos and everything else that's coming. If you're not willing to commit yourself, your sons, your daughters to lose their lives, why are you going to commit somebody else to do it? You think about that. Stand your ground. If what you believe in is true, fair, and honest, stand your ground. I don't believe Americans should be the first one on the front lines to die for while everybody else in Europe is standing back. Not happening. I've watched several videos from the Australians saying, why isn't America doing anything? Hey, Australia, why aren't you doing anything? You're center left. All your liberals are saying, Go, Americans, you go put your boys in harm's way while we sit here and criticize you. I say, hey, step up. Step up, Aussie. You want to go? You want to save Ukrainians? Put yourself on the front line and put your life at risk. Don't tell me to send my family over there. Not happening, dude. Don't care. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Get yourself right with God. Just want to let you know what's coming. Greg out.